So Bad Boys is back with yet another movie in its franchise, Bad Boys Ride or Die. So let's go ahead and see how good it is. So this is the fourth movie in the Bad Boys series, with the previous one releasing in 2020, 17 years after Bad Boys 2. The two new installments are directed by the duo Adil and Bilal, who are primarily Belgian filmmakers. So in this installment, they basically show that Captain Conrad Howard is wrongfully accused post his death, and the Bad Boys, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, take it upon themselves to exonerate him. And Will Smith's son, Armando, who's imprisoned, helps him out. I won't say a lot more here, so let's go ahead and dive straight into what's good and what's bad. So the movie definitely has some great scale and it looks like a big film. It's been shot well, so plus points over there. The action is pretty good too. However, most of it is in the second half of the movie and you do miss the action in the first half. The movie has some interesting shots and edits as well. While to a large extent they look good in a lot of sequences, especially the action sequences look really cool, a lot of times they get overindulgent and take away from the underlying emotion on hand. There are times when in a 10-second sequence there are 5 different camera angles and cuts and it just feels a little too jarring at times. Now, while the chemistry between Martin Lawrence and Will Smith is good for the most part, there are a number of sequences where they try too hard to be funny. Honestly, if I were to speak of the script, it's not that great. It tries too hard to be funny, it's predictable. Honestly, I knew who the rat was and it was so obvious, anyone could tell. So maybe next time cast or write or direct some scenes differently. So even though the movie has a runtime of 117 minutes, the movie didn't feel like a breeze to me. There were points where I actually felt the length of the movie and I just really wish they had better subplots and jokes or just got to the action faster. Now speaking of the acting, the movie has some pathetic secondary actors and a number of tertiary actors are pretty bad too. I was honestly very excited to see Rhea Seehorn in it. You might know her from the Better Call Saul series, for which she was nominated for the Emmys. However, her character's treatment was fairly flat too and underutilized her potential. Towards the end of it, I was just like, hey Rhea, you better call Saul now. I mean, apart from all this, there are just things that don't make sense. Like for example, they show Martin Lawrence gets a heart attack while dancing at a wedding, but later is pulling down a metal cage with a human inside it in an airplane. And he's fine. And a lot more of that, but I won't get into all of that right now. So on the whole, the movie is definitely the worst one in the installment so far. But well, if you like the previous ones and you like action movies, then go ahead and give it a watch. It's not that bad. It lacks that old school humor, vibe, swag and chemistry which the older Bad Boys movies had. But the last 45 minutes of this movie are actually fairly tight knit and make for a good action entertainer. So on the BMB meter, I'm going ahead with 5.5 out of 10 for this one. If you're not into action, this is going to be more of Bad Boys Ride and Die than Ride or Die. Do let me know what your thoughts are about this movie in the comments as well. And hey, till then, go ahead and show the video some love and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. Cheers, and I'll see you very soon.